It's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, I have the next in a series of 2017 Stampin' Up! Christmas cards, and I'm going to be using products from this beautiful Year of Cheer suite from the Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog. And I just love this suite. It's geared for holidays, Christmas, New Year, and even wedding. So this card today is a clean and simple card, a design that you could use to make a batch of to send this holiday season. So let me show you how we're going to put it together. I started with a piece of Whisper White cardstock cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored it at 5 1/2, and that's going to be our base. Then I have another piece of Whisper White that I cut 1/4 inch smaller, so it's 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to be used just as a top layer, this white on white, which makes it really pretty. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to emboss with this Winter Wonder Textured Impressions embossing folder. So let me get the big shot, and I'll move my card out of the way. I'll take this top layer of the Whisper White, and let's go ahead and put it inside this beautiful snowflake embossing folder. So I'm just going to center that. I want it more toward the top, so I'm going to slide my paper down in the folder here. Let me see if I can show you a little better here. Barely fits, so I'm trying to center that there in the embossing folder. And that looks like that'll work. So I have the platform here. I have just the one plate, the one platform, the cutting plate, the folder with the cardstock, and then my top cutting plate, and we're going to run that through. Okay, see how that turned out. Oh, just perfect. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, love that. So now, to add a little pizzazz to this white, I'm using these beautiful washi tapes, and they come in different metallic colors, and I'm going to take the copper, narrow copper one first, and I am going to find the end here, and then when I am layering or putting rows of washi tape on my cardstock, and especially if they're toward either the top or the bottom, or even if you're doing the side, I like to start at the bottom to line it up with that bottom edge. And this is going to be a top layer, so I can wrap the ends around the edge of the cardstock. Okay, so there's my first piece, and I'll just tuck that around. And next I'm using this gold on white washi tape, and I'm just going to use that bottom row there as a guide just to put it straight. And I'm trying to get it as close as I can without overlapping. There we go. I'm going to trim that off a bit. Fold that around the edges. And then I have one more narrow piece that I'm using here, and that's the narrow gold. And this is even more narrow than the copper, and it's so pretty. Gorgeous washi tape. And if you've never tried washi tape, this is the collection to try it with, because even though it's metallic and perfect for holiday or it's also for wedding, anytime you want to add a little bit of bling or shininess or metallic look to your cards, this would be a great collection to have. It's just so pretty. Okay, I lined it up there around the corner. So there we have that bottom border, and you can see it just really stands out. So for the top, I'm going to use a piece of vellum cardstock, and I've already stamped and embossed this small snowflake. I've got the wrong stamp set there, Lisa. This small snowflake here, I stamped in Versamark and embossed it with gold embossing powder, and I believe that's the 1-inch circle punch. I'll have the details on my blog. And that's going to be ready to go. But I also have this small strip of vellum cardstock, and it's cut at 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches, and I cut it longer than I need it because I'm going to stamp and emboss in gold. I'm going to use my embossing buddy there to prevent the embossing powder from sticking anywhere else. And I'm stamping up the season's greetings from that same Cheers to the Year set, and I'm going to put it over to this side, stamp, and then I'm going to take my gold embossing powder and sprinkle it over top. And I got a little bit of the edge of the stamp with the Versamark, so I can just slide that off with my finger. And then let's take our heat tool, let it heat up a bit, and then we're going to melt the embossing powder. And there we go, that's ready. So now I know that I'm wanting to put that here, and I want a little bit of a fancy edge here. So I'm just going to take my paper snips and cut up to the center there to banner that end. And then that's going to be placed right there. This is going to be used to hold it on, but I don't need this much of a length. But I always like to cut it a little bit longer than I know I need it, so that I can work with it a little more easily when I'm embossing, and you have a room to hold it so you won't burn your fingers. So that's going to be a great look right there. So let's see if I have some mini glue dots. And we'll go ahead and attach it like that. And then this piece, it's already stamped and embossed, we're going to pop up with a Stampin' Dimensional and just put it over that glue dot and cover that edge. But that'll be like the center of the snowflake, okay? The embossed snowflake. Now we're ready to mount this on top of our card. And if you want to, you can raise it up a bit with dimensionals, but I'm just going to use some of our liquid glue and just sparingly dot it. And then let's just put that there. And there we have our pretty card to send for this holiday season. Now, to finish it off, let's put a little rhinestone there just to add a little bit of bling. Pick that up with my paper snips and attach it in the middle. And there you go. Okay, I hope you will give that a try. If I can help you with anything, let me know. Please visit my website at inkandinspirations.com. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.